Hello, I'm Jordan Guth, host of Season 2 and 3 of the SoundStage Audiophile podcast, as well as the lead reviewer for a new video series on our YouTube channel called Practical Audiophile. Today, I'm here to tell you what's new on the SoundStage network for October 1st. By the way, stick around to the end to find out why I'm wearing this shirt. Over on SoundStage Australia, editor Edgar Kramer documents the rebirth of Wilson Audio's classic Watt Puppy loudspeaker. Edgar says the new Watt Puppy 50th anniversary handily outperformed its predecessors, noting that it surpasses the vast and widely acclaimed merits of the company's products down tier. It also vigorously manifests many of the virtues of the models up the chain. Plus, Barry Johnson reviews the musical fidelity's superbly engineered, immaculately built, and extensively featured new Vista Vinyl 2 PhonoStage. The new Vista Vinyl 2 would be enough to convince anyone that vinyl is and always will be a fantastic proposition for music playback. Barry writes, "If you can afford it, it's simply a no-brainer." On SoundStage Global, we've just posted a new installment of Jason Thorpe's My Audiophile Neighborhood series. In an earlier installment, Jason sets up subwoofers in his friend Ron's and Rob's townhouses. This time, Jason swaps the subwoofers in their two homes, resulting in a better match with Ron's and Rob's stand-mount loudspeakers. Coming soon is the final installment of Aaron Garrick's account of building a new reference listening room in his Vancouver home, a project that took 19 months. Aaron explains his component choices and gives listening impressions of the revamped space. On SoundStage Ultra, Aaron Garrick reviews the Moon 891 streaming preamplifier from Sim Audio's North Collection. The 891 is a very flexible component. It can function as an analog preamplifier, a digital preamplifier, a DAC, a streamer, and a PhonoStage. Aaron calls the Moon 891 the quietest preamplifier I have ever evaluated, and concludes, Sim Audio's Moon 891 streaming preamplifier is a triumph, highly recommended. In his monthly editorial, Jason Thorpe recalls all the listening enjoyment he's derived from his Sonic Frontiers SFL2 tubed preamplifier, which he bought in the late 1990s and recently sold to a longtime fan of the now-defunct Canadian brand. "I'm fairly certain that my old SFL2 has a fair bit of life in her," Jason writes, "and I hope John gets as much pleasure out of her as I did." On SoundStage Access, senior editor Dennis Berger reviews TX VRDS 701T CD Transport, which features the company's proprietary vibration-free rigid disc clamping system. Even though he found the VRDS 701T a little quirky in day-to-day operation, Dennis says he was utterly charmed by this gorgeous little piece of kit and eager to explore more of what TX has to offer. When researching a new purchase, many consumers rely on user and professional reviews that they read online. In his monthly editorial, Dennis says that many online reviews are unmitigated codswallop. So how do you determine whether or not a review is trustworthy? Dennis's advice? The number one thing you can ask yourself is, does this reviewer seem to understand how this product category works? On SoundStage Hi-Fi, Phil Baudet reviews Bryston's T10 floor-standing loudspeaker. Each enclosure stands at 6 feet tall, weighs 133 pounds, and houses 4 8-inch woofers, dual 5¼ inch mid-range drivers, and dual 1-inch titanium dome tweeters. These enormous towers deliver the most abundant yet evenly balanced bass I've ever heard in my room, Philip writes. And along with their effortless dynamics, grand sense of scale, and high level of resolution, they achieve an extraordinary level of performance. In late September, Doug Schneider and the SoundStage video team traveled to Denmark, where they visited 3 loudspeaker manufacturers. On SoundStage Hi-Fi, you can read Doug's account of the trip, complete with his listening impressions of the speakers he heard in Denmark. Then, head over to our YouTube channel to watch some fascinating videos on these companies and the products they've created. Quite a few SoundStage contributors are fans of physical media, LPs and CDs. But Gordon Brockhouse is all in on streaming, which accounts for 90% of his listening. This month on SoundStage Simplify, Gordon explains how streaming has expanded his musical horizons in ways he couldn't have imagined when he got into audio a half-century ago. But he also understands the appeal that LPs and CDs hold for many music lovers. On SoundStage Experience, music editor Joseph Taylor offers a tribute to John Mayall, the legendary British blues musician who died recently. Mayall challenged himself and his listeners, Joseph writes, but he rarely wandered far from his roots. His commitment to the music he loved never wavered, nor did his ability to present it with conviction. In his Art Plus Tech column, James Hale listens to 3 new recordings by an up-and-coming jazz guitarist through the Triangle Capella active speaker system, which Gordon Brockhouse reviewed on SoundStage Simplify on August 1st. On SoundStage Solo, senior editor Jeffrey Morrison reviews the Aspire 4 in-ear monitors from 64 Audio. True to its model's name, the Aspire 4s have 4 drivers inside each earphone. I really liked the Aspire 4s, Jeffrey writes, then adds, overall their sound is smooth and powerful, and an enjoyable and fun listen. In his monthly editorial, Jeffrey marks the passing of a long-standing magazine, Sound and Vision, and discusses the implications for enthusiast publications, both print and online. Okay, about this shirt. Arendal Sound in Norway just released a new series of speakers today called the 1528. There are 6 new speakers in this series, including the one we got in for review already, the Tower 8. It's huge and heavy, almost 5 feet tall and nearly 200 pounds. I know because I helped our team measure it in the anechoic chamber at Canada's National Research Council. Founder Doug Schneider said it was the most difficult speaker that we've ever measured because of its size. But we think it was worth it, because you'll see a review on it on SoundStage Hi-Fi in the months to come. Plus some exciting new video content as we're traveling to Norway and visiting Arendal in November. That's everything, but I want to remind you to check out soundstage.com to find all the new article links. Also, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel already, we're at youtube.com/SoundStage Network. We have new videos posted every few days. And if you want to hear more from me, check out the SoundStage Audiophile podcast. We have a new episode every 2 weeks. And of course, on Practical Audiophile. Thanks for watching. See you on October 15th.